A high-level U.S. official is landing in Nairobi, but the real story is what just got canceled. This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover why a vice president's trip was scrapped, what this new visit is really about, and the explosive political reason that's shaking up U.S.-Kenya relations. Meet Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau. He's touching down in Kenya as part of a major African tour. But here's the twist. This visit comes just months after U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance's planned trip to Nairobi was abruptly canceled. For 9 years, Kenya and the U.S. have built a strong partnership. On November 12, 2025, that faced a major test. A high-level visit was called off by a direct order from the White House. But why? And what does this new mission mean for Kenya's economy and security? You're about to find out. The State Department announced Landau will travel from Egypt to Ethiopia, then Kenya, and finally Djibouti. His itinerary runs from January 24 to February 1. He won't be alone. He's traveling with the commander of the U.S. Africa Command, General Dagvin Anderson. This signals a heavy focus on security. In Nairobi, the agenda is packed. Landau will meet Kenyan officials to discuss commercial engagement, counter-terrorism cooperation, and Kenya's contributions to security in Haiti. The official statement says he's there to promote President Trump's priorities. Those priorities are rebalancing trade, ensuring a positive business environment, and promoting security and peace. But here's what nobody's talking about: the ghost of the canceled visit. Vice President Vance was supposed to come at the end of November. It would have been the first official visit by a top U.S. executive member since President Trump took office in January 2025. The trip was tied to the G20 summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. And then, something shocking happened. President Trump announced a U.S. boycott of that G20 summit. He accused South Africa of mistreating its white minority population, calling it a total disgrace. That directive meant Vance could not lead the U.S. delegation to South Africa, and therefore, his entire trip to Kenya was off. Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi confirmed the cancellation followed President Trump's direct order. Mudavadi emphasized Kenya values the partnership and expressed confidence the strong ties would endure. But here's the part that will blow your mind. This new visit by Deputy Secretary Landau is happening under a cloud. It's a replacement mission. A diplomatic salvage operation. While the agenda focuses on trade and security, the subtext is damage control. The U.S. is trying to reaffirm its commitment without its vice president. The implications are huge. This isn't just about a schedule change. It's about how global politics, specifically one president's stance on another country's internal affairs, can directly impact Kenya. Some say this shows the U.S. putting principles first, even at a diplomatic cost. Others say it's a snub that weakens Kenya's position. The controversy is real. But if the vice president can't come, what does this lower-level visit actually achieve? The payoff is a critical moment for U.S.-Kenya relations. Trade, security, and Haiti counter-terrorism all are on the table. But the shadow of the canceled G20 trip looms large. Do you think President Trump's boycott was the right move, even if it cost Kenya a high-level visit? Or should diplomacy always come first? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news on how global decisions hit home.